Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Trevor L. Smith with Legacy Street Academy, and I'm so excited that you're joining with me in my newest video series called The Easy Approach to Playing Great Piano and Keyboard Fast. Gotta love the title, Rock On, huh? Because it's so true and it is accurate, okay? So in this series, we're gonna go from knowing little or absolutely nothing about this instrument to being able to comfortably and confidently play some of the most popular songs in the world, if that's what you're wanting to do. Mainstream, indie, you can explore different styles and genres. You can create your own music to play and sing, all using a simple chord-based approach that is fast, that is fun, that's effective, that's fun because it's the easy approach. And you know what? You and I, we're going to be sitting at this instrument as if we know nothing about it. So guess what? No worries about natural talents or abilities or prior knowledge or experience. There are two things I ask you to bring. Bring your desire to want to learn to play this instrument, okay? And to want to play it well, all right? Because we do not mess around. We bring it. So rock on. I'm excited about that. And two, bring your reasons why you do not think you can learn to play this instrument. So hopefully we can squash them. What we're going to learn in this particular video is we're going to learn the layout of this piano keyboard. We're going to learn our notes and where they're located. And then I'm going to give you some tips and some practical exercises to get you going and get that stuff really locked in. Okay, this foundational stuff, extremely important, okay? And you're just going to reinforce everything that you're learning as you continue on in your music. So very, very cool. Now, people do ask me, is learning the piano easy? And I will 100% say absolutely yes, it is easy. That's why I teach the easy approach, okay? Now, if you've heard that it's hard, guess what? You have a choice who you can listen to. So I encourage you to listen to me, because music, and you will see from what you learned today, music doesn't have to be complex to be beautiful. It can be beautiful and powerful in its simplicity. So let's rock this thing together. I tell people it's as easy as your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s, and I almost mean that literally. So check this out. This is how we typically number our fingers for the piano. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pinky number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, pinky number 5. There you go. That was easy. Rock on. Okay, so we do that, and this is important because this is how we are going to be doing things a little bit later on, like literally this video and next video. Okay, hello. In this video. So very cool. We're going to be rocking this thing right now. So I want you to take a look at your piano keyboard. Look it up and down, and I want to know what you're thinking. If you're new to playing, please let me know. If you feel comfortable, let me know if you're new and you're just learning and you want to be around for the ride, because I do like to kind of keep track of people's progress, because our students rock, not just on the piano, but other instruments and in martial arts and in creative writing and film and video. Lots of different things we teach with the easy approach, and our students rock. So I like to know when people are starting to see how far they go and how fast, if that's what you're wanting to do. Guys, set your goals, and I would love to hear those. You want to play a certain song, certain styles of music, certain artist or whatever, please throw it out there and let me know in the comments, because I would like to help you in that journey. So okay, we're continuing. What do you see? You see a ton of white keys. You see a lot of black keys that show up on the piano. The black keys in pairs of 2 and sets of 3. Now, I am curious, what do you think? You think there's a lot going on? You think they're going to pick this up fast or whatever? Because we're going to make sense out of this in just the next couple of minutes, okay? So look at just the white keys. Tons of them. And I want you to say this out loud. I want you to say, excuse me, I just bit my tongue. I want you to say, there are only 7 natural notes in music. Okay, so you say it out loud. I want you to type it in the comments so that I know that you said it. It's important. There are only 7 natural notes in music, okay? And those 7 notes are simply this: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. No H, I, J, K, elemental P. After G, it goes back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and continuing on. If I start on the E note, I'm going E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, your higher pitches and your brighter, clearer tones going up to the right of your piano keyboard, and your lower tones, your lower pitches, your warmer and heavier tones going down to the left of your piano or keyboard. There you go, piece of cake. So you learned your first 7 notes. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, okay? And I will stress that. I will keep repeating myself because it's important. Now watch this. I'm going to start on the letter C. Now the reason why these 7 notes are called natural notes is because they represent the 7 basic pitches in music that are not modified by a sharp or a flat. Those 5 black notes right there are called your accidentals, and their primary function is to temporarily modify the pitch or sound of another note by 1/2 step, okay? And scene. That's it, all right? So what is a half step? A half step in music, also called a semitone, and I will give you the technical because I don't want people coming at me. It means move to the next closest note and scene. That's it. Okay, so if I were here on C and I go here, that is the next closest possible note, as well as if I'm here, that is the next closest possible note, and both of those are half steps. From this F, going here is a half step. Going here to here is a half step because I move to the next closest possible note. That is not hard. Rock on. That's all I gotta say. Woo. Okay, now, what is a whole step? A whole step, also called a whole tone, and I will once again give you the technical. Skip the next closest possible note and land on the one after that. Okay, that's what that means. And scene. So if I'm here and I skip the next closest possible note, and that's my half step, right? Then I go here, that lands at a G, and that is a whole step. Going G, skipping this note will put me at A, and that is a whole step. A, skipping the next closest possible note, there's my B, and there's my whole step. For half steps and whole steps, does not matter if you're moving from a white key or a black key, if you're moving to a black key or a white key, or if you're going up the piano or down the piano. It does not matter, okay? Move to the next closest or skip the next closest and land on the one after. All right, rock on. Moving right along. See, that was easy. Okay, so now back to our sharps and flats. Okay, so what is a sharp? A sharp in music, the technical, it means raise a note up to the right 1/2 step. There you go. And scene. Okay, raise a note up 1/2 step to the right, and there is your sharp. So we have our 7 natural notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And yes, I do repeat myself a lot, but by the time the video is over, you will say, I got it. You don't have to say it anymore, right? So let's move along. We have our A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we're going to make sharps out of some of them. C, going up a 1/2 step, is our C sharp. D, up a 1/2 step, is our D sharp. F, up a 1/2 step, F sharp. G, G sharp. A, your turn, A sharp, and then that puts us at B. So rock on. There you go. Those are our 5 sharps. Now, what is a flat? A flat means to lower a note down 1/2 step to the left, okay? See? How easy is that? Lower a note down 1/2 step to the left, and you have your flat. So going from B, 1/2 step down, is B flat. A flat, G, G flat, E, E flat, D, D flat, and we are back at our note C. So, in case you haven't caught it, you now know all 12 notes that literally make up this entire piano keyboard. Your C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, B, B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E, I almost forgot, E flat, D, D flat, and C. Rock on. This is what's really cool. I always point this out because it means something. Check this out. These are your 7 natural notes, right? Those 7 natural notes literally are the foundation of the music alphabet. The literal foundation. Now check this out. We add our 5 sharps and flats right there for a total of 12 notes. And those 12 notes together, they literally make the foundation for the entire musical language in Western music theory, okay? What does that mean? those 12 notes right there, in their simplicity, is where all of our most popular rock and country and pop music, our K-pop and our praise and worship and our jazz and blues and classical and all these different genres of music with those 12 notes. You see, me saying music is simple, music is easy, this lets you know because people took those 12 notes and created stuff that move us. Make us clap, make us cry, break us, open us up, do all kinds of stuff. They do all of that with us with just those 12 notes being used in different ways. Music is simple and it can be experienced and appreciated and valued, and its power, you know what I mean, in its simplicity. So I'm just wanting to let you know, you don't have to be complex in order to play something amazing. And if you don't believe that, ask yourself who's filling up the stadiums and the arenas. People that are playing simple notes for the most part, simple chords, simple progressions, okay? Something that is not overly complicated. Things, they're winning Grammys. And you look at the sheet music or you look at the chord charts and it's like, really? You see, you can do so much with so little on this instrument or just in music in general. So, question for you. Did any of you guys happen to notice anything odd, weird, or puzzling about the 5 black notes or the 5 black keys? All right. If you think you know, you can pause the video, you can put it in the chat or the comments and stuff. Did you think the video froze? Did you think I paused the video? Yeah, I like to be myself. The only way I can do this. Okay. There are notes in music that share the same physical key, they share the same sound, but they have 2 different names, okay? So those notes are called enharmonics. Same physical key, same sound, 2 different names. These 5 keys right here, they can be both sharp or flat. This is a C sharp and a D flat. This is a D sharp and it's an E flat. This is an F sharp and it's also a G flat. This is a G sharp. It's also an A flat. This is an A sharp, and it is also a B flat. So how do you know? That is the $1,000,000 question. How do you know when it's going to be used as a sharp or a flat? Okay, here's an easy way. It's just by direction. Typically, if you're going up, you're going to be calling something a sharp. So C would go up to C sharp. D would go up to D sharp. It wouldn't go up to an E flat. Okay, so your F would go up to F sharp, not typically up to G flat if you're going up. Okay, so if you're going down, I'm going to call this G flat and not F sharp. If I'm here, that is an E flat and not necessarily called a D sharp. Music, when you see notes and stuff, they can change anything, okay? But just understanding, typically if you're going up, that's going to be a sharp. If you're going down, that's typically going to be your flat. But I will tell you what is really the end all and be all is the key signature of the song and the musical context. That's it. So it's not something that will ever really catch you off guard. When you see the music, you do what the music says, basically. So it's not something that's going to sneak up on you. All right. So now that you know your sharps and flats, what do they actually do? You know what I mean? How do they work together with the other notes? Well, to really understand the relationship between your natural notes and your sharps and your flats, you have to look at the G note. Okay. Everybody know what a G is. That is straight gangsta. See, I'm an OG. The grays are coming in, settling in, right? So I don't count. All right, so here's your G. Stable. The G is reliable. The G is consistent. It is exactly what it is supposed to be. This is your 1995 Martin Scorsese's Casino. This is Robert De Niro's character Sam right there. A straight G through and through. He is exactly what he is supposed to be. Unwavering in his G hood. All right, so you understand that. Now you have a G, a gangsta, with a little bit more. Okay, this is a G that can be volatile. This is a G that can be unstable. Okay, think Joe Pesci's character. Nicky, rock on. Volatile, unstable. That's exactly what he was. That's exactly what he was. He raised tension. That's exactly what he was, okay? He was great to have around in small doses because he could be potentially harmful to your health, if you understand what I'm saying, because he was whacking people with pens before John Wick did the Nighty Night with his pencils. You understand? G sharp, G sharp. For sure. And then on the flip side, you have your G flat. That's the gangster with a little bit less. Therefore, you end up with Dominic, Nicky's brother. Dominic had a seat at the table, okay, but he always had to be watched. He was always causing problems on the down low. He was reckless. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was all those things. He was all those things. And there's a reason why I'm saying he was all those things, because remember the relationship between the sharps and the flats and how they, anyway, you get the idea, because if you found out what they did to Nicky and Dominic, shaking my head. But anyway, you got your gangster straight through and through, then you have your gangster with a little bit more, then you have your gangster with a little bit less. So they definitely add flavor and they add spice, and that's exactly what they do with the music in relationship to your natural notes. Now that you know your notes, I'm going to give you a couple tips and some practical exercises to help get that stuff locked in, okay? So first things first, you want to not just look at the black keys as your sharps and flats. You want to see them as guides to help you to navigate this piano keyboard, okay? So we started our natural notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G on the A, so let's go ahead and locate that A first. We'll locate the 3 black keys, and in between you'll see the 2 white keys, one to the left and one to the right. The one on the right is your A. Perfect. Now you're going to find your A everywhere on your piano keyboard, so just take your time and do that. I will say this, I typically use my thumb, because once I start laying down chords and stuff, all I got to do is drop more fingers and I have my first chord, right? Those fingers, 1, 3, 5, there you have it. You have your first chord, okay? So I usually move around with my thumb, and you want to do it with your right and your left hand. You could do your pinky as well with your left, because we play octaves, which are just notes that are 8 notes apart, basically. That's your A. So it's like that everywhere on the piano. As soon as you see the 3 keys, you're gonna have 3 black keys, you have the one on the right, and I do ask people to use your imaginations a lot, okay? With our creative writing, everything all blends together, but use your imagination. So you see the 3 black keys and you see the 2 white keys in there, the one on the right, there's your A. Up and down the keyboard, it should be a no-brainer. It's one of those things you shouldn't have to think about. As soon as you see the 3, the one on the right, as far as the white keys, there's your A. Okay, now taking a look to the left of the 2 black keys, we always have our note C. So we can find our note C everywhere on the piano keyboard just by seeing and locating the 2 black keys. And I will encourage you guys to make sure you're pressing right on the note. So get on it and press. You do not have to be in a rush. Okay, get on that note, because you will be developing your muscle memory, and you don't want to be hitting notes in between, because that's what you're going to do when you actually start playing. So now looking at the F, or looking for the F, find the 3 black keys. To the left of the 3 black keys, you will always have your note F. So you can find that up and down the piano keyboard. I think you guys all got that, so we will move on. Use your left hand, use your right hand. If you want to use your pinky, you can just get on that note, press it down. Get on that note, press it down. Okay, rock on. See, that's it for that. Once you know how to quickly find the A, the C, and the F, all the other letters are just gonna kind of fall into place. And here's an exercise that can help you just using all of your natural notes. Okay, so I start with finger number 3, and I'm gonna put that on the C. And what I have is I have C, D, E, E, D, C, C, B, A, B, C, C, D, E, E, D, C, C, B, A, and A, B, C. Rock on. You do not have to rush this, because you're learning your notes, and so you want to say your notes out loud. A, B, C, D, E, 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 D. Try to trick yourself. E, D, C, 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 B, A. See, with both hands, C, D, E, E, D, C, C, B, A, B, E, C, you get the idea. So practice that. Do not be in a rush. So do these slow if you need to, and speed up at will, do whatever, because we haven't even gotten into timing yet. So don't worry about it. Learn these notes and where they are located. Now, it is great to learn where notes are in relation to where other notes are, but we have to be able to identify notes just where they are in and of themselves. You shouldn't have to go to the C to get through to the D. You know what I'm saying? So you should be able to locate and say, hey, D is located in between the two black keys. So wink, wink, that might be a great way to remember where that D is. You understand what I'm saying? So there you go. You got the idea. Let's learn where our notes are. I'm going to give you a pattern to practice, and I encourage you to practice it and get it down. So start slow and get it down. But this is something you will use quite often in music on the piano. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we are going to do. So pay attention to the finger positions. I will just count them out. Okay, so starting on the C, I have 1, 2, 3. Now the thumb's going to come up underneath, and then I start over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now my middle finger, my third finger, is going to skip over and go 3, 2, 1. So I have 1, 2, 3. Thumb comes underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so just try to practice this. Not try to, practice it nice and slow, and try to make it even, being right on the notes that you're supposed to hit. Okay, you don't want to be hitting anything else. All right, and you want to practice this on both sides. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3 underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can practice that once you have that down with your right hand and you got it down with your left hand. You can do them together going the same way. You can do them together going opposite ways, okay? But I encourage you, work on that, okay? The last pattern is going to use all 12 notes, okay? And we're going to follow this pattern using this finger position. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 1. You can do that continuing up the keyboard or piano if you would like. So I could start here on this C and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Piece of cake. Okay, so those are some things for you to practice. Rock this stuff, okay? And I want to encourage you, when you do your practice, do the right hand, do the left hand, press the notes hard, press the notes soft, press the notes fast, press them slow, say the names out loud as you're looking at where those positions are. It will get burned into your brain, I'm telling you. And then I want to encourage you to visualize that stuff. Don't just think about music when you're at your instrument, okay? If you got those notes locked into your head, you could see the different hand position and you could see your hands pressing those notes and going exactly where they need to go because you were working on it in here. So I'm telling you, that stuff rocks, okay? We are done for the day, so I hope you guys got something out of this, all right? So what we learned in this particular video, we are going to build on in the second video where you are going to learn your first few chords. So I hope you're excited. And by few, I mean your first 15. Somebody say rock on. Easy peasy, piece of cake. You're going to be so excited. And then we're going to be playing music either by that second or third video. So if you got something out of this video, please, I would appreciate it if you give me a like and a share and a thumbs up or do whatever it is that you do. I would love to be able to do more classes, but here's the deal. As a special thank you, because everybody has to have an offer, if you made it to the end of this video, all right, as a special thank you. if you have any interest in training with this crazy guy live, okay, which means I will do free live group sessions where I can talk to people and teach people. And if you have any interest in that, then you can just put a comment that says live piano Zoom. There you go. You put that in there. I'm going to get some dates and times. I will pour through the different places where this video might end up being, and I will set up some times to teach live. I would love to do that. I am going to continue to work on this. That's why I started a new podcast. So I'm going to get you the information on how you can get into these free live sessions. But everything that we do at Legacy Street Academy, if it's a group session, if I'm announcing it, it's always free. Even the training materials, if you need books or if you need this, everything's always free because we want people to have access to the arts all over the world. So no matter where you're at, but I'm used to teaching live. So I would love to be able to teach you live. If you want to start learning creative writing or screenwriting, boss level. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You want to learn how to write, the easy approach to great storytelling and screenwriting, boss level. I would love to connect with you guys. Please let me know if you're new, you're just getting into music, if you got something, if you ground it, if you're getting the foundation. And once again, my name is Trevor L. Smith with Legacy Street Academy. And until we meet again, my friends, keep rocking love, okay? I'll see you next time.